All right, well, hi, this is Chad Bush. We're getting ready to start our tour with Pink Jeep Tours. It's really, really exciting, and I think I see them coming around now, which is great. It's really going to be exciting. We're going to do Red Rock, and I'm going to introduce you to the tour guides, and I'm going to introduce you to pretty much everybody that is involved with the company. It's going to be really, really great. So hold on. I think they're coming in. And this is Scott. Morning. Good morning. How are you? I am so ready. Let's do it. All right. Hi, this is Chad Bush, and I know that Las Vegas is filled with glitz and glamour and absolutely amazing stuff, but what you don't know is that most people come here and they never remember that this place is in the middle of the Mojave Desert. So I wanted to show you this. Come a little closer here. Experience the natural side of Las Vegas. This is something you really have to do if you want to experience Las Vegas in its entirety. This is one part of Red Rock, absolutely stunning. From the wildlife to the incredible rock formations, you can see the striped bands all over the place, and I'm going to have Scott tell us a little bit of how those were formed. Okay, here we are, and we are in the middle of Red Rock. This place is amazing. You can barely hear a pin drop most of the time out here, and Scott is one of the most knowledgeable tour guides I've ever experienced. As we sit around and talk about how these things were formed and what these bands are behind us and the history of the place and the wildlife that they've got going on, he knows pretty much everything. And I was talking to Alex, and she tells me that the magic of this company is all about the tour guides, because they do so much for making this Pink Jeep Tours so successful. So Scott, tell me about these bands that we've got behind us. How are they formed?
Well, actually, these are the Wilson Cliffs. This is a great view of the Wilson Cliffs here. Wilson Cliffs are a sandstone cliffs, and actually what we're looking at, that band, is just a very strong area of iron oxide, which is just rust in the rocks. You're looking at rusty rocks.
Okay, rusty rocks. I love that. It's kind of like my hometown of Cleveland. All right. So, now, how did they get up there? Was this?
Well, actually, as you can see, this is actually called a thrust fault. It's like the Keystone Thrust. It's one of the largest in the United States. It goes all the way to Canada. Wow. But you can see these are the sandstone cliffs, and then all of a sudden, we have the limestone mountains much higher. And then if we look over here a little bit to the right, we can see the beautiful, these used to be the sand dunes of the Red Rock area. Now those sand dunes should be on top of that limestone, but they're not. They've been thrusted away and they're down below. All over the world, people come over and study this area because
behind us, what we've got these sand dunes and the sand dunes are supposed to be on top of those big limestone mountains.
They're supposed to be on top of the big limestone mountains, but actually were formed back in the Jurassic period.
Okay.
And there's a lot of debate on how they actually got red. Was it the iron seeped into it? Was the iron into the sand? You know, thank gosh, every geologist has two hands, because they'll say on one hand it's this, the other hand it might be that. But however it was formed, it's just spectacular.
Absolutely amazing. Now, I don't know if we can actually capture this on camera, but there's a big line that you can see where it's really green, and then it kind of comes in and it looks a lot browner. Now, what happened there? Is that...
This is a great indication. We have our monsoon season, which runs from the middle of July through the middle of September. And this is actually back in 2006. We had a fire that actually came through here. This is a wildfire.
So that's a fire line.
That was a fire line. And it makes this kind of spectacular mosaic pattern.
It's really just amazing, yeah. Now, what kind of animals do we have running around here?
Gosh, we have everything. We have everything from wild burros, wild horses, the desert bighorn sheep, which is the state mammal.
So we have those. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. We got we have snakes. We have lizards. We have and, you know, if we see a snake, I'll be the first one back in the tractor. I don't get along with the snakes. They're not user friendly.
All right.
But also little ground squirrels, desert tortoise, or state reptile. You'd be surprised how much is in the Mojave Desert.
Okay, and so here we've got this Joshua trees, which I just showed you earlier, which is of course what U2 was singing about. And then we've got this. What is this called?
This is a desert willow.
A desert willow, which is amazing to hear that this is called a willow, because
it's not
these are little orchid buds all over it. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, the hummingbirds love them.
I bet they do. I love them.
And then this here is this is called a Mojave yucca.
Okay.
And very fascinating plant. several reasons why. The Indians used to crush up the roots for soap.
Oh, okay.
You can take those roots and rub them together and put some water on your hands. It just foams right up.
Oh,
they used to take
well,
these fibers.
I'm not ready for that yet.
They used to take these fibers, peel these fibers off, and make everything out of it. They would braid these
Weave
into
baskets and ropes and
shoes and everything out of it. And believe it or not, and if you look at some high-end shampoos,
Right.
it'll say yucca extract.
Oh, right.
It comes from the Mojave yucca. It has saponin in it, and that's what makes your hair shiny. So that if you see that, that's the plant that it comes from. Also,
So if my back starts to shine, you're knowing that I'm starting to use that.
also, their agents, they use an agent from this to foam up root beer. It's a foaming agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So,
you know. See what I tell you? The most knowledgeable guy I've ever met on the desert, right here. When we were talking earlier, I asked him if he had a degree in geology, and then Alex, the GM, she says no. He studied at Pink Jeep Tours University, and he's done an amazing job. So. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
you are just an amazing man. Now,
Thank
what
you,
other tours do you guys have?
We have everything from, we go to the 3 rims of the Grand Canyon, we go to
Right.
the South Rim, we go to the West Rim, we go to the North Rim, we do Death Valley, we do El Dorado Canyon, it's a gold mine that's close to Las Vegas.
Oh, right,
We
right.
have Valley of Fire, we have Mount Charleston, and we have over 10 different tours. that
Wow,
we're doing.
really, really great. Now, and with the Hoover Dam.
And Hoover Dam.
Yeah. with the
Next
Hoover
week you
Dam,
should become a
yeah.
Pink Sheep tour guide.
Alex is going to put me in training next week. With the Hoover Dam, you've got the new overlook, which has that bridge.
We have the O'Callahan-Tillman Bridge is supposed to open November 1st of this
Right.
year. Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good.
And we have a tour, we have a regular tour on that, and we also have an upgrade tour that takes you down on the river down below.
Okay, perfect. So you actually get on a
little boat, it holds about 20 people, and you spend about half an hour on the river. It's spectacular.
Wow.
Best view of the dam that you could possibly have, and the bridge,
Perfect.
and the new bridge. Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, and you have 2 locations, right?
We have of course Pink Jeep Las Vegas,
Right.
and our headquarters is actually in Sedona, Arizona.
Which brings in Alex. Alex, come here. Let me take these from you. This is once again Alex, and you can notice she's wearing the Sedona on her shirt. Now, Alex, what kind of tours do you have over in Sedona?
Okay, that's a bad question. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Sedona, you know, it's actually Sedona's celebrating, the brand Pink Jeep is celebrating their 50th anniversary.
Really?
50 years
Wow.
in business. It was the first Jeep company in the United States. And Sedona, there's a lot more off-roading in Sedona.
Okay.
Of course, the terrain there is phenomenal. The product they use in Sedona is an open-air Jeep because the trailheads are not very far from where you actually pick up the Jeep to go on tour.
Gotcha.
And it goes a lot slower. There's no highway miles. And so that's why the products are a little bit different. We use the tour trucker here, and they use the open-air Jeeps over there. But there was some phenomenal. Sedona's also a wonderful place to visit.
Okay, very good. Now, one of the greatest things about Pink Jeep Tours is you don't have to go there and wait in line and do all of the regular rigmarole that you have to do with other tour companies. The great thing about them is they come and pick you up at the hotel, and like with me, they're going to be dropping me off at Blue Moon, which is a different resort than they even pick me up at, and they pick me up at the Monte Carlo. They're going to drop me off back there. And so they'll bend over backwards to make you happy. And that's one of the things that I love about Pink Jeep Tours. They've been so wonderful to me. So, thank you so much,
Thank
Alex.
you, Chad.
You've been
It was an
wonderful.
absolute pleasure.
And Scott, get over here. Scott, look at this big strapping man. Get over here. Oh, I love me a big bear. All right. Well, I thank you so much. And Pink Jeep Tours, you guys have been great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Chad.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, they just dropped me off. Scott was wonderful. Pink Jeep Tours gave me a wonderful, wonderful tour. All right, so I want to let you know, Pink Jeep Tours, definitely Gay Guru approved.